The opinions and interpretations expressed in this and other videos are that of Marty Huey and may not be representative of his colleagues and employer. The videos cover overlapping requirements of codes, standards, and regulations. Your situation will require full analysis beyond the concepts presented here.
Dead end and common path to travel, two of the most confusing topics out there. This is on dead ends, not common path to travel. See video number 8 for common path to travel. Exiting directly to the outside, or as we see here, the stair at the very end of the corridor, is not considered a dead end. Let's understand what a dead end is. A dead end is where you would potentially travel past your point of exit, have to stop and return back to the point of exit. That is considered a dead end. The allowable dead end in most cases is 20 feet. And I use the word allowable dead end. It's not considered not a dead end if it's only 20 feet or 19 feet 6 inches or so. It is an allowable dead end of 20 feet. If the building is sprinkled, in most cases, you're allowed to go to 50 feet as your allowable dead end. But in fabrication, regardless if sprinkled or not, it is 4 feet. In hospitals, regardless of sprinkled or not, your dead end allowable is 20 feet. And this is per IBC. NFPA, if you were only doing a federal project, would be allowed to be 50 feet. So now let's look at a general corridor/hallway and where we have a number of offices exiting off that corridor or hallway. If the occupant load of those spaces on either side of the corridor and you're having 2 directions to travel is greater than 50 persons, the door cannot swing against the people that are traveling toward it. Therefore, the door must swing in the direction of travel. Now, let's take into consideration if it's a large enough office space or such, there might be 50 people traveling toward that other side of the door. So a consideration of a pair of cross-corridor doors may be considered to prevent it from being a dead end. It will be a dead end if the door does not swing in the direction of travel. Let's look at a specific example, like a theater. You exit out of a theater, typically, and you may exit directly outside. Even this little leg here, where we come out of the theater, is considered a dead end. And again, if the building is not sprinkled, it's allowed to be 20 feet. If the building is sprinkled, our dead end is allowed to be up to 50 feet. Something else to take in consideration when you're designing a space. If the space is really wide and you're not wanting to have an exit at the end of the space, the code does allow you a math calculation that you can do. This is not all that useful in most cases. So therefore, W, the width of the corridor/hallway, times 2.5 can equal the length of the allowable dead end. So let's take a hospital. Hospital is required to have an 8-foot corridor times 2.5. That gives us 20 feet. Let's assume another width of 20 feet. Times 2.5, if the building is sprinkled or not, it could be 50 feet. So you can see how the math calculation here could be used to allow your dead end to be greater. So as your space gets wider, your length of your allowable dead end corridor could get greater. This video and the common path to travel, video number 8, may need to be reviewed a few times to truly understand this.
Please post or email comments on what you've seen. Suggestions for future topics are also welcome. Marty enjoys learning from the experience of others. More videos will be added, which can be found at martyhuey.com.